Hello, Dave Gardy here live on the floor of the PGA Merchandise Show and Convention for 2006 at the Orange County Convention Center in Orange County in Orlando, Florida. I'm here with Kirk Lucas, our GolfCenter.tv teaching pro. Thanks for joining us today, Kirk.
My pleasure.
We were yesterday at the demo day out at the Orange County National Golf Course where, of course, we got a lot of good input and also interviews, which will be on the channel. In fact, are archived up now here at GolfCenter.tv. It's going to be an exciting show, and we've got Kirk on the floor. You've had a day at Demo Day. We were at the McGregor conference last night where Barry Schneider made an announcement with Greg Norman, but overall you've had some time now. Give us an overview of what you've heard on the floor and what you think the big themes are this year.
I've roamed the show. I was at Demo Day. I've got the sunburn to prove it.
Windburn.
I've got it all. I'm burned. And what I've heard in the buzz is, the technological buzz is CG, lower center of gravity, more stability, and moment of inertia. The USGA is trying to get involved with the club makers, and they're contemplating putting limits on the moment of inertia, which means the twisting of the golf club, how much there is. And we all remember those old golf clubs, and you hit it on the toe or the heel, and you could feel all the twist in the club. Well, the more stable it is, the greater the moment of inertia, and that's what people are doing in drivers and putters, and to some degree in irons.
Now, we learned yesterday, and the McGregor Demo Day press conference will be on right after this, about moment of inertia from the perspective of what it's measured in, gram per centimeter squared. But in a manufacturer like McGregor, they're really manifesting itself throughout the club line. It's the putters, it's the irons, it's the drivers. Give us an overview
Right.
of that.
Center of gravity in the putters improves the roll. Lower center of gravity in the drivers reduces spin, and they're doing it by triangulating, getting the weight back, getting it in the center of the face, and making the clubs more and more and more stable. And we've got a limit, that 460 cc limit in the drivers, but now they're talking about weight distribution, materials, ways to improve that MOI, and the USGA is nervous.
Interesting. One of the other things I've noticed is the fairway woods that parallel the line of these big 460cc head clubs. They're not so big. They're smaller woods, and that's the derivative you've said before from the tour, that they don't use those big fairway woods on the tour.
Right, playability. You know, you're hitting that fairway wood off of different lies. You've got the uphill, the downhill, the side hills. You're hitting it out of maybe the first cut of rough with your 3-wood and the heavier rough with your more lofted fairway woods. And you need that versatility. And what they've done is, with the weighting in the materials, you get a really high coefficient of restitution on a small fairway wood. You're able to control the CG with the weighting. It's not quite as important because we want loft, we want height, and we need some spin to keep that thing up in the air. So it's not quite as important as the driver, but we're looking for playability and a match set. A match set seems to really be the thing we're seeing in all of the lines now.
These and other video principles, golf principles rather, will be on video here at GolfCenter.tv. If you go to our webpage, you'll look around the sponsors that are here. We want to thank the Ireland Tourism Bureau. We want to thank Nicholas Golf. And we want to thank Golfaholics, who are our channel sponsors, in addition to our regular show sponsors, Ireland Tourism Bureau, Callaway Golf. In addition to that, I want to check back and make sure I don't forget anybody, McGregor, and, of course, Adidas. All are here. We want to also thank Sharpie and
PGA of America.
PGA of America. We want to thank Gary Treater and everybody at Turner Sports Interactive, who runs the PGA site. We're doing this in concert with them. You can get to it two ways, either from PGA.com or GolfCenter.tv. But we're also taking emails. We want to make this interactive for everybody to get a real feel for the floor. And just so you know, if you're coming to the show, we're at the Equipment Test Center, which is to the rear of the building. You can hear probably the golf balls going off and back. This is the place to be, I think, because you really get to see what's going on, get the opinions right off from all the club manufacturers, in addition to the press conferences, which we'll be covering in a moment. Callaway Golf special presentation is coming up, but we're covering a whole host of things, everything from Butch Harmon teacher clinics to famous Dave Pelz demonstrations. Give us an overview. Some of these have got some pretty good traction over the years. People come here just to see some of these demonstrations. What do these guys do when they give their demonstrations?
Well, they talk about the same things they talk about, for example, when Dave's working with Phil Mickelson. He's going to say, all right, you know, here's what Phil and I are doing. Here's how we prepare for the majors. Here's how it can help you. Here's some drills and things you can do at home to improve your game. Or maybe just a different way to look at your game to say, you know what, I should practice this area as opposed to spending so much time over here, and I'll see some better results. Butch will talk about the swing and what he sees in his students and what maybe that can translate to you, and you can take a little bit of that to your practice to improve. And for the instructors who are here visiting, or excuse me, the instructors who are here viewing the clinics, they can say, well, you know what, I've been teaching with this style, and I've been really focusing on there. And if I add a little of this or a little of that, it's going to enhance and improve my product, and it's going to make my students better.
Can't leave without talking a little bit about the other buzz, which is the shaft technology. Everybody's talking about these flex points in the shaft, the quadra-point selection there with McGregor. What are you hearing about shafts?
Well, the engine that drives the club, and it can make all the difference in the world in how that club performs. You know, we get a good, stable head, which most of the manufacturers are experts at producing. We get a decent loft for us, and then now we've got to figure out what engine are we putting in it. And we've got multiple shaft manufacturers here. And for example, I've heard Fujikura is coming out with 31 new shafts this year. And the technology continues to get better, the manufacturing continues to get better, and they're addressing everybody, not just a certain segment of players, but they're addressing everybody and how that shaft can improve the flight of the golf ball.
So that gives you a little overview and perspective. We're going to go to several archive presentations through the day, come back for live reports. Stay tuned throughout the process, including what we recorded yesterday at Golf Demo Day. As I mentioned earlier, Golf Demo Day was out at the Orange County Golf Course, which is about 20 miles west of here, Orange County National Golf Course. And it was a huge 900 or so yard diameter circle where all the manufacturers lined up and basically hit towards the center of the circle, kind of like almost a face-off. It was really interesting to see. You could just go from one booth to another, hit the clubs, see what the flex points we're talking about, see some of the other manufacturers and some of the new products that are coming out. All that content is here online at GolfCenter.tv, here at the PGA.com and Golf Center webcast. Feel free to keep looking at it. All the things we shoot today remotely, where we're not live and bringing back live to tape, they'll be here locally. And, of course, we'll be getting feedback from Kirk Lucas and others we have roaming the floor to get an in-depth perspective of exactly what is happening here. So you're going to go back out on the floor and give us some more?
We need to see apparel. We've seen equipment. We spent a lot of time there. It's time to look at apparel. It's time to look at accessories. See, maybe something's new in shoes. Maybe something's new in golf bags. Maybe there's some things out there that we haven't seen. And don't forget to mention, we're still testing all the equipment. They've got a test center behind us, the best equipment from all the manufacturers, a variety of shafts, launch monitors, everything that you can need is here, including putting greens.
That's true. Great. Well, thank you for joining us again, Kirk, and please get out on the floor and get some input from everybody. We want to hear it. And from you also here. Send in the emails to info@tvworldwide.com. We want to thank the PGA. We want to thank also PGA Expo and Reed Expo for helping us put this all together here live from our booth on the floor at the Orange County Convention Center. I'm Dave Gardy here for the PGA Merchandise Show and Convention. Stay tuned for more.